Hi everyone, Cole here with another midweek message from Selkirk United Church Online. We are into our third month of being the church online. I hope that all of you are finding ways to keep your spirits up, to make connections, and to feed your souls. There continues to be a lot of bad news around the world, but there are also many good news stories with many wonderful people offering their kindnesses, their expertise, pouring their hearts into what they do, and looking out for those who are most in need. I pray that you are all finding some of those stories each week to give you some joy and some hope as we journey on. And remember that you are not alone. I have a few things to pass along to you today. I want to start with some thank yous. Thanks to those who have sent in questions for our Questions for Cole episodes. Those have been interesting and thought-provoking and lots of fun. So keep those questions coming in. Thanks also to those who have sent in pictures for the congregation page on our website. That has replaced, in some ways, the I Love SUC portion of our worship services on Sundays. And it's great to see pictures of the other members of our church family on the screen. We want to see more of you, though. So if you have not yet sent a picture in, we'd love to see one of you. Just send them in to Chris at selkirkunitedchurch.ca, and she'll get it onto the congregation page. I also want to say a special thank you to those who are making extra donations at this time. We just received one a few days ago at the church office, and the note said that the donation was part of their plan to donate the extra money they had received from the provincial government. It looks like that is becoming a common practice for many people who can afford to do so. Thank you so much to all of you who are finding your own unique ways to live out your faith and to act with generosity. That's some good news worth sharing. Another thank you goes out to Liz and Miranda Miller, who continue to use their creative talents to come up with Sunday school ideas each week for the children in our church family. And thanks to Chris for keeping the youth group involved. More about their food bank fundraiser in a few moments. The last thank you is to those who have been sending in prayer requests that we've included in our Sunday pastoral prayers. As I'm sure you've noticed, that's getting to be a long list of names. One thing that we haven't been asking people is whether they'd like the names on the list for just a week or two or for longer. So for the most part, we've just been keeping the names on the prayer list every week and just adding new ones to the list. But starting in June, we're going to do that a little differently. We're going to start fresh at the beginning of every month. So if you'd like someone on the prayer list for June, please don't hesitate to send in those names to Chris, and we'll make sure they're added for the June 7th service. I do have some sad news to pass along to you, and that is that we've had a couple of deaths in the community this past week. Marie Buziak, longtime member of our church here, passed away on Friday, and Eva Lynn Sokoluski passed away on Thursday. I have been asked to officiate at both of those services, both very small family-only services, no singing involved. It is sad that we can't have larger services right now that involve the wider community, but those are the times we're dealing with. So we make the best of it. In case you're wondering or worrying, the funeral home will be being careful about the restrictions that are currently in place, and I will be very careful too in practicing the physical distancing rules. Let's keep the families of Marie and Eva Lynn in our prayers as they mourn. I also want to mention today that this coming Sunday, May 31st, is Pentecost Sunday. We will be celebrating virtual communion again. We tried that a couple of months ago, and I've heard from some of you that that worked out just fine. So if you're planning on joining us for online worship this Sunday, this is your advance notice that we will be sharing in the sacrament of communion, which means that you need to have your own elements ready before the service starts. Or I guess you could also press pause on your phone or computer, and I'll just wait for you to get ready when the time comes. It's up to you. I have heard rumors that a lot of you are pressing pause during the services and maybe even fast forwarding from time to time. What to do about that? I forgive you, I guess, if I have to. For some inspiration this week, I want to share with you something that I shared with our Sacrilegion online gathering yesterday on Zoom. Oh, by the way, we've had 2 of those gatherings now, and they've both been excellent. If you're interested in joining us next week, let me know. It will be Tuesday at 1 p.m. again. But you need an invitation and a link to join, so give me a shout. Anyway, what I shared with that small group gathering yesterday was a brief reflection from modern-day theologian and Lutheran pastor Nadia Bolz-Weber. and it was about finding the holy in the everyday. Here's her reflection. She says, I do not know when we can gather together again in worship, Lord. So for now, I just ask that when I sing along in my kitchen to each song on Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life album, that it be counted as praise. And that when I read the news and my heart tightens in my chest, may it be counted as a Kyrie. And that when my eyes brighten in a smile behind my mask as I thank the cashier, may it be counted as passing the peace. And that when I water my plants and wash my dishes and take a shower, may it be counted as remembering my baptism. And that when the tears come and my shoulders shake and my breathing falters, may it be counted as prayer. And that when I stumble upon a Tabitha Brown video and hear her grace and love of you, may it be counted as hearing a homily. And that as I sit at that table in my apartment and eat one more homemade meal, slowly, joyfully, with nothing else demanding my time or attention, may it be counted as communion. Amen. Some very good food for thought for our souls this week. I encourage you to find some moments in the everyday during this time where you find the holy, where you find God. It's something that we should always be striving for, always be doing, not just in the past 2 months, but perhaps it's even more important for our spirits during this time of isolation. And last this week, but certainly not least, we have again some guests today here at Midweek Message. We have some of the young women from our church family, the Dubays and the Dumkas from our Selkirk United Church youth group joining us from off-site. They have a message about this coming Sunday's food bank fundraiser. Oh, and if you'd like to sign up to have them pick up some non-perishable food items or a cash donation from your house on Sunday, you still have time, but you only have till Friday to get signed up. Let Chris know. Again, her email is chris@selkirkunitedchurch.ca. And if you're making a donation, you can make the check out to Selkirk United Church. Then we can give you a receipt for it, and all the money does go to the food bank. Okay, here are some members of the youth group with the last word for today. Take care, everyone, and God bless you.
Our church means to us forgiveness, leadership, happiness, acceptance, loving, kindness, and giving. During these difficult times, let's give back to our community.
On May 31st, Selkirk United Church will host a food bank scavenger hunt.
From 1 to 3, you can put food out on your doorstep, then people will come and pick it up for you.
Thank you for contributing in these difficult times.
Email Chris@selkirkunitedchurch.ca if you want to participate.